Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my trip reports. And well, in case you don't know, the whole of Australia is on a lockdown. In the last few weeks, it's been a very exciting and interesting time for our country. So I live in South Australia and we are essentially locked out. Our hard border has been reinstated with the entire country except Victoria and Tasmania. So since we can't fly anywhere, a whole bunch of flights have been cancelled, and my original flight with Virgin Australia has been cancelled, and they moved me to a very early morning flight tomorrow, which explains why I am at the Atura Airport Hotel today. Well, the whole reason I'm doing this trip is because a few months ago, I flew on Rex in their business class product, and when Rex launched their 737 services, they have stated very clearly that they are going to be competing in the middle tier. Now, the aviation scene in Australia, the top tier, the premium carrier, you have Qantas, and on the lower rung, you have Jetstar. Tiger's gone. Virgin Australia went into administration, and when they came out of that, they decided to compete in the middle tier as well. So Rex has come out with a product that's pretty similar to Virgin Australia, and even their pricing structure is very, very similar, which is why I thought there is no better time to do a comparison video because, after all the inaugural flights, Rex has kind of settled into their own footing, I hope. And Virgin Australia has also newly come out of administration. So I am going to be flying in Virgin Australia for the first time in their business class product and see how they stack up with Rex. Or should I say, how does Rex stack up with Virgin Australia, since Virgin is the established player in the market. I think it would be an interesting comparison since the both of them are going after a similar sort of passengers. So I'm excited to see how this Virgin flight will pan out, and I will also be visiting the Virgin Australia lounge here at Adelaide Airport for the first time. It was only opened a few months ago to a lot of fanfare, and the feedback has been very positive, so I am excited to experience that for myself. So without further ado, let's go do the comparison test between Virgin Australia and Rex. The Atura Hotel is extremely convenient because it is located next to the airport terminal. I would normally take the connected air-conditioned walkway, especially on a freezing morning like this, but it was sealed off to accommodate the ushering of arriving international passengers who would be herded into waiting buses destined for hotel quarantine. As I mentioned earlier, about much of the country being on lockdown, it was understandably quiet at the airport because the bulk of departing flights was cancelled. So it really looked like a ghost town. Both Rex and Virgin Australia offer business passengers the option of self-check-in or a dedicated desk for business class. On my flight with Rex, I wasn't able to gain access to their lounge in Melbourne. I didn't know I had to ask for access at the gate next door. So thumbs down for this miscommunication. In normal times, you'd be able to have a shower before your flight.
Of course, these aren't normal times, so the showers are presently unavailable until further notice. Right, so here we are in the Virgin Australia Lounge. Wow, I mean, wow. If you like me, if you are like me and you've only been used to hanging around at the Qantas Lounge, this is like a breath of fresh air. I mean, just look at the surroundings. It's just so trendy. It makes Qantas look so old-fashioned. I'm sorry, but Qantas looks really, really, really old-fashioned at this point. I mean, this is like a trendy canteen at a technology firm, and Qantas at this point looks like a karaoke bar from the 90s. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, wow. I mean, I could spend the whole day here. Cheers, guys. Wow. Fresh orange juice as well. Yum. And I got myself a ham and cheese croissant. Not really hungry this morning, so yeah, I can't wait to get on board and see what's for brekkie in the cabin. As a business class passenger, you would have priority boarding, and Rex has a similar arrangement as well. Both airlines have extremely well-groomed cabin crew who would cheerfully greet you as you board. As I hypothesized in my Rex video, I do suspect a large proportion of cabin crew who got let go during Virgin's downsize went over to Rex, thus resulting in these two airlines having very similar vibes in terms of service. This 737 Victor Hotel Yankee Quebec Oscar was delivered to Virgin Australia brand new in May 2013. That makes her slightly over 8 years old when I took this trip. As far as pre-departure drinks go, on both airlines you have a choice of juice and water. Virgin's is served in a glass and Rex's comes in a plastic cup. After the door was closed, the only empty seat in the business cabin was next to me. Yay!
Lift the buckle. You'll need to keep your seatbelt fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. And as always, it's best to have your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated. The cabin will be pressurized during the flight, but if oxygen is needed, masks will drop from the unit above you. Immediately pull the mask down to start the flow of oxygen.
The flying distance between Adelaide and Melbourne Tullamarine Airport is 654 kilometers. The flight this morning clocked in at 1 hour 25 minutes from pushback to chocks. Besides having a pair of universal charging ports between seats, entertainment on Virgin is provided via Wi-Fi and it is streamed directly into your device. The user interface is easy to navigate and it comes loaded with movies, box sets, and even the in-flight map. I'm sorry Rex, you have none of those, so you get a thumbs down in this department. This was a breakfast flight and I was hoping to get some eggs and bacon. Instead, I was offered either a tandoori chicken burger or quinoa salad. Burger for me, of course. It came with crackers and cheese and a bowl of rocket salad with no dressing, which I thought was very cruel. I later learned that the salad was meant to be put onto the burger before consumption. Virgin's catering presentation is the winner here, with real crockery used compared to Rex's cardboard containers. Then again, it comes down to how it tastes, doesn't it? Virgin uses metal cutlery as opposed to Rex's preference for disposables. While the taste of this tandoori dish was an absolute flavor bomb, I wasn't so sure about the burger though. Whoever thought it was a good idea to tandoori a slab of untreated chicken breast should be hung out to dry. Because that was how it was. Dry as hell, tough to cut and chew on. I had maybe 3 or 4 bites of it and my jaw was utterly exhausted. Whereas with Rex, while the first impression of the dish was questionable due to the disposable containers, the overall quality was excellent and delicious. I was told beforehand about Virgin's excellent catering, so perhaps this was a one-off? Gives me another excuse to fly Virgin again, I suppose. I suppose it is now time to conclude this comparison. In terms of strategy, Virgin Australia and Rex have a similar outlook on how they want to position themselves. The middle-tiered carrier have a buy on board for economy class with included items of checked bags and free basic provision of tea, coffee, water and a snack. There is also a business class cabin with the full works of lounge access, priority boarding and warm meals. But the devil is in the details. Virgin has a far more comprehensive frequent flyer program to keep their customers keen, and by comprehensive, I mean loads of options to accumulate points without the need to fly. Rex's business flyer program is simple and seems like a high school project compared to Virgin's far more sophisticated operations. There has been talk about Rex's plans to improve their lounges, and if they want to compete against the big boys, this needs to be implemented soon. If Virgin Australia's lounge at Adelaide is anything to go by, Rex has a long road ahead of them to catch up. For now, the value proposition for Rex just does not stack up against Virgin Australia. If you aren't tied to any frequent flyer program, Rex might just be up your alley. They do offer a competitive product and is a much needed competition to keep the incumbents on their toes. Let's just sit back and enjoy this beautiful approach into Melbourne's airport at Tullamarine.
Well, good morning everyone and welcome to Melbourne Airport. Local time here just approaching 24 minutes past 11 if you'd like to adjust your watches. And the outside temperature here is currently 9 degrees. For your own safety, the safety of those around you, it is a requirement to please remain seated until we do arrive at the gate and the seatbelt signs are switched off. Do take care when opening the overhead lockers, and please make sure you do have everything with you before you do leave us this morning. At this stage, we'll be disembarking through both the forward and rear doors. If your mobile phones are near you, you may now use them with flight mode switched off. However, we do ask that you please refrain from using them if you are walking across the tarmac area. If you have difficulty disembarking via the rear stairs, please feel free to wait behind and exit through the forward door. And if you are making your way down the stairs, please take care and use the handrails. Just a reminder that smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes is not permitted on the tarmac or anywhere inside the terminal. A reminder to please maintain a safe distance between yourself and others as you do disembark the aircraft. And please take all masks and wipes with you and dispose of them safely. Well, on behalf of your captain and your entire crew today, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Virgin Australia. It certainly has been our pleasure looking after you all this morning, and we certainly hope that we do see you again next time you choose to fly. We'd like to welcome you home here to Melbourne. We'll wish you a safe onward journey. Thank you and have a great weekend.
Well, hello. We have arrived in Melbourne And that was my experience with Virgin Australia. And I hope you enjoyed this comparison video. Virgin Australia was kind of a mixed bag for me because they had some good points, some bad points. The lounge was awesome. The lounge was just beautiful. It was stunning, actually. But I felt the onboard catering was a bit off. So that honestly was the only downfall for this trip. Again, it could have been an off day for the airline. I've heard nothing but good things about their catering. So it was a bit sad that this particular meal that I had was it was a bit yuck, honestly. So Rex wins in that department. Well, I'm now in Melbourne. It's a bit cold. According to my phone, it says it's about 9 degrees. So I'll be here for a few days. I'm heading to town on the Sky Bus, and as with all my trips to Melbourne, I'm going to eat my way through it. So I'll spend a few days here before flying back to Adelaide on Monday. So today is a Saturday, so I'll be here for about 3 days. I was meant to go back on the overland train, but because of the lockdown, all the train services has been cancelled, which is why I'm flying back on Qantas. Yep, back to my home ground, my familiar territory of Qantas. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. So if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to tap the bell notification icon as well, so you'll know the next time when I do a comparison video like this. Alright, in the meantime, take care you guys, and I'll see you for my next one. Bye!